A mother and son arrested after investigators say the child was plotting to shoot up his middle school.
The mother is accused of supplying her son with ammo and tactical gear.
A middle school student facing terrorism-related charges, and he's not alone in this. His mom also facing charges. Police say she helped him plan a possible attack.
Man, as a parent, we try to do everything in our power to make sure that our kids make the right decisions in life and go down the right path in life. But it's just some people that's out here that's parents that just shouldn't be parents, bro. Let's just be honest. It's just people out here that shouldn't even be parents. In this video, we're gonna check out this lady, man, and how she motivated and groomed her son to go do some crazy stuff that you wouldn't even think about telling your son to do. Check this out.
This is Ashley Parado. She's a 33-year-old mother from San Antonio, Texas. Now, she was employed as a bartender at St. Mary's Strip. The bar's management has stated that she was terminated based on the charges that we'll talk about soon. Now, Pardo also has a 13-year-old son that goes to Rhodes Middle School in San Antonio. Now, Pardo is being charged with helping her son plan a mass shooting at his school. January 2025, staff at Rhodes Middle School discovered some threatening drawings made by a 13-year-old student. Now, the drawings were detailed maps of the school. This also included escape routes and images of rifle and muzzle flashes with the specific timestamp. And on one of the exit routes, it was labeled self-deletion route. Now, Elizabeth school officials and police confront the boy, who explained that he has a fascination with past mass shootings and an interest in their manifestos. Now, because of this, the police department and child protective services began monitoring the family and offering services to address this weird behavior. Now, the school actually had a conversation with this 13-year-old's mom.
Officers and school officials met with the child's mother, Ashley Pardo, multiple times after, offering help and resources. But Pardo wasn't the least bit concerned with her son's behavior, even stating she supported it.
That's right, she told police she supported her son's interesting behavior. The school started seeing interesting things come up in the student's online activity from a computer he was using at school.
But according to police, months later, the boy was suspended for researching mass shootings on a school-issued computer.
As an example, they discovered that he was researching the March 2019 Christchurch mosque shooting in New Zealand. And along with that, he was also looking at things about self-harm. Now, after the revelations, the school suspended him. And later on that day, the 13-year-old attempted self-deletion. Now, because of the self-deletion attempt, he was hospitalized and placed in an alternative education program to continue his term of suspension. On May 8, 2025, a month later, he had served his suspension and was allowed to return to the middle school.
He did serve his time in an alternative center. Once he's done with that, he, by every legal right, he shall be returned to his home campus, and that's exactly what took place.
Now, anticipating potential issues, school officials and law enforcement implemented a special safety plan upon his return. That essentially meant that the police department would keep close contact with the family while this student was trying to recover. Now, on May 12, 2025, the situation kind of comes to a head. Early that morning, the 13-year-old grandmother witnessed the teen hammering a live bullet in her house. She questioned him about it, and he admitted that his mother gave him the ammunition and had even taken him shopping for tactical gear at a military supply store.
Police say the boy's grandmother reported him to law enforcement earlier in the day. According to an affidavit, she said she found him on Sunday hitting a live bullet with a hammer. He allegedly told her his mom gave him the ammunition and also bought him tactical gear.
Now, he had been intimately staying with his grandmother due to his behavioral issues. And his mom had to work, so while she had to work, he would stay with the grandma. Now, his mom then comes and picks him up for school, and before leaving the house, he tells his grandmother that he's going to be famous for what he's about to do.
Investigators say before leaving for school, the child told his grandmother he was going to be famous.
Ashley Prado then picks up her son and drives him to the middle school. When she drops off the boy at the school, he's wearing a full tactical outfit, camouflage jacket, tactical pants, a mask with a skull-type covering, and and he wants to go to class. Now, when school officials see him, they're like, hell to the no, you're not coming inside here, and then went to confront him. But by that time, he takes off. School officials lose track of his whereabouts. That triggered a scare, and the middle school went into lockdown. After the 13-year-old disappeared, his grandmother called police to report that, hey, he had some very suspicious items.
Later that morning, she alleges she searched his room, finding ammunition and an improvised explosive device wrapped with duct tape that referenced the 2019 New Zealand mosque shooting.
So police go over to the grandmother's house, and the grandmother allows the police to search the Teeves' bedroom. And when they search, they find a rifle, pistol, magazines fully loaded with live ammo, makeshift provisions, an improvised explosive device, and more disturbingly, the bomb or the improvised explosive device had white supremacist markings and neo-Nazi references on them. The police department were able to locate the 13-year-old off campus. He was arrested and charged with terrorism, but police also arrested his mom. See, the kicker to the story is that the mom was the one who supplied the team with the ammo, the equipment to make the bombs, and seemingly encouraged this behavior.
But when investigators questioned his mother, according to the affidavit, she did not feel concerned for his behavior, later admitting she purchased her son's supplies, including ammo, in exchange for babysitting his younger siblings.
Remember, she was the one who dropped them off at school in all that tactical gear, which scared everyone to death. And the mom was specifically charged with aiding in the commission of terrorism, and she was bonded out on $75,000 bail. Now, this brings us to the question of parental accountability. See, the charges against the mom represent a rare instance in which a parent may be legally implicated in the alleged domestic terrorist plot of her child. In this case, she assisted in buying tactical gear, the ammunition, despite knowing her son's violent tendencies and aspirations to become an active shooter. Now, this should remind you of the case of Jennifer and James Crumbley. These are parents of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley, and they were sentenced to 10 to 15 years for failing to prevent their son from killing 4 students at his deadly mass shooting.
Today is the day they learned their fate. The parents of school shooter Ethan Crumbley were back in court where they were sentenced for manslaughter in connection with their son's murder of 4 students at his Michigan school.
And the parallels of these cases are very, very, very eerie. For instance, in the Crumbley case in Michigan, the parents bought the gun. The parents ignored all the warning signs. The parents took him to school that morning. And in the Parado case, it's the same thing. She took him to school in the morning. He was dressed in tactical gear. She bought all the weapons and the guns. Now, the mom is facing between 5 and 99 years in prison if convicted on this charge. So what do you think? Do you think this mom should be held responsible for her child essentially planning a mass shooting and the mom buying all the equipment to help him achieve the goal of becoming famous?